That's great. And you've converted the van all yourself from a basic cargo van.
Yeah.
Incorporated the sink and the fridge.
There's a toilet in there.
And with and is it the conventional type of toilet, the one that you normally have in caravans?
Yeah, caravan toilet. Yeah.
Yeah. You've made some nifty little storage areas which are below.
Yeah.
The bed.
Yeah.
And that pulls out and falls out. So a couple of drawer units. One looks as though, yeah. So in effect, you've reused some furniture.
Yeah.
And incorporated it rather than build everything from.
Well, those were from the Heart Foundation, 2 cabinets, 2 double ones.
Yeah.
Which I used the top of that one.
Yes.
To make drawers for the top of that one.
Yeah. That's in. Yeah. I tried to do the same. I tried to use complete pieces of furniture and then incorporate the furniture in the back of the van. But my van's very small, so. It has to be small and lightweight. I think that's a good way of going about the problem instead of trying to spend your whole holiday, well, 1 year's holiday, building the van, looking forward to what you might be doing next year. How long did the project take, or was it sort of ongoing? You did parts of it and then...
Well, the van was off the road for a while because I had trouble with the ignition on it. It wouldn't start, wouldn't turn over. And I had people out with their electronic things, so they couldn't find anything wrong with it.
Oh dear.
And it's just by accident. I was doing something under the bonnet and I took a tray out of the fuse box.
Yeah.
And there was relays underneath that, and it was one of those.
Yeah.
Cut the quick for a relay and that was it. That's what was wrong with it.
That's right. I hope you got a refund from all the electronic technicians.
Well, no, lucky enough they didn't charge me because they couldn't find anything.
Oh, that was good. You've got a conventional little cooker. Oh, that's a microwave as well. So that runs off a mains, or is that battery operated?
I've got a generator. Portable generator.
Right. What sort of power output is the generator? Because this is often discussed. How much you need?
I don't really know because I got it from Aldi's last year.
Right. So it's
£69.
So we can assume it's a kilowatt.
Yeah.
And that's adequate for running, and you find it sufficient to keep you up and running.
I've got a TV there as well.
Yeah.
Which was just standing on top of there when we were watching it.
Yeah.
There is a fridge there.
Yes, I noticed it behind the cabinet door. Yeah, it's wonderful, adequate. May I just step into sort of get a different perspective on it? This is rather nice. So I might even sit next to you if you don't mind. You have incorporated, that's a lounge unit, isn't it? A book cabinet.
Yeah, because it should be set back, but what I've done, I put it to the front.
Yeah.
And then just boarded in the back piece, just to cover it out.
Yeah, very sort of, so I imagine that's, dimensions give some idea. It's about, I would say, a foot in old money. Yeah. About 30 centimetres, 300 millimetres depth. That's a very practical way, and then you've just fortified the lock on it so it won't swing open. Yeah. A simple microwave.
Yeah.
You run it on 240 volts, so you've in effect decided that the mains equipment that you have, such as the microwave and the television, you just run it off the 240, and then everything else, like the lighting, just off the battery.
No, the lighting in here is 240 as well.
I see.
Yeah.
Do you use 12 volt lighting for illumination, or is it?
Yeah, I've got to get a couple of those at the moment.
I see. And then wire it into the van battery, or will you have a separate battery?
I've got a separate battery under the sink,
which
runs the pump for the sink water.
Yeah. Is that connected to the alternator of the vehicle, or
No. I've got a little battery charger, which I'll just plug on here when I'm parked up, and then it recharge itself that way.
So it's all pretty simple stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I know. Once you can start adapting battery chargers to mains and have a separate battery rather than wiring it in, which is quite complicated.
Yeah, all you've got to do is run the wire to the battery, that's it.
Yeah.
It's all insulated as well all round.
Yeah. What material did you use for the insulation?
like rock wool.
Oh, mineral wool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that also soundproofs it, and you used a slightly laminated, sort of like hardboard, really.
It's hardboard.
Yeah.
I did have a different roof vent on it, and that leaked. That's why they've got a couple of wet patches.
I see.
But that's a new one now. That slides back, and you've got a vent in it as well.
So pay attention to roof vents and ensure they're quite they can leak. Well, that's more than adequate. You've got bedding, well, sleep area, generous cooking area, and the windows. How did you go about fitting the windows? Did you find anything that was simple or easy, or did you just use a nibbler on them?
No, I've got to use a disc cutter, a very thin blade disc cutter.
Oh yeah.
And mark the windows out. They're all caravan windows, ex-caravan windows.
So you took them from caravans?
Yeah. Where those places down in Devon, they were breaking them.
I see.
They were been left in the fields for years, and went down there and managed to get some of the windows for it.
Yes, because you sometimes see caravans, particularly on the A30. People tend to have a holiday in them and then leave them in a lay-by.
Yeah, clean that.
There's one I saw there which even had some food inside as well, so you could almost make up.
Yeah.
Have your holiday there in a lay-by on the A30. That is British ingenuity. I don't know if I can say that really, but I like to. And you're all totally enclosed. That's very kind of you. Thank you for giving me a tour. But the sort of that information which you often think about, how do I go about making one, and let's budget it, and let's look up all the parts. Instead, you gather the parts and then decide how to make it.
But this is actually leather of old settees.
Yes.
The same as the red.
Oh.
On the sides. That's
I see.
As well.
That is very plush. That's ox blood leather. So those were taken from
old furniture.
Yeah, furnishings, then trimmed, then layered over hardboard.
Well, very thin ply.
Thin ply, and then put in place. That's rather nice. Now that is very plush, if I can say so, because again, these sofas are worth absolutely nothing, and you see them
dumped everywhere.
Dumped, yes. That's an excellent way of recycling, but also it's a wonderful material as well. It
could be washed. That's the thing.
Just wipe it down with a damp cloth. And the cooker itself is very simple. Does that run off a large bottle propane butane?
No, a small one.
Just a small, what, 3 kilo, 5 kilo type bottle?
5 kilo, I think it is.
Yeah.
So it's get top up.
There we are. Oh dear.
There we are.
It does, yeah.
Because I made it so it's tight so it wouldn't rattle. I just leave that on there so it doesn't rattle.
And with the microwave cooker beside it, and a 1 kilowatt generator for the princely sum of £69.
Yeah.
You're all up and running, and you can virtually
go anywhere.
Yes. So you don't need a 4x4 vehicle costing tens of thousands, if not over 50,000, and some are 80,000.
Yeah, this is 2010 van.
Yeah. What would you say that the whole of this has cost? Obviously, your time is valuable, and but if you'd never included your time,
a couple of thousand, I suppose, altogether,
including the van.
Yeah.
That looks pretty good value, doesn't it? Well done. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful. Thank you for letting me share this with you.
That's all right.
And yes, that is British ingenuity and cost effectiveness as well. I'm very pleased. And you've got your martindales there. Lovely. Horses. You even have a camel there. All with travelling. There we are. Renewable energy, windmill. There's rather a nice plume at the top, the wheat sheaf, isn't it?
Yeah.
say it's hard to get a shower in, isn't it? For...
I went to the
Have to include this plush gas cover. Wow.
one of the charity shops, and where they throw away some of the settees and that again.
Yeah.
I've got the cushions off them.
That's what I used to do
Excellent.
to get leather. I've covered quite
No,
a few
these are just
things
ordinary
with...
cushions.
Oh, for those,
Yeah.
That
the
is
actual
I've
cushion.
had
Very
loads of bits
plush.
of leather before.
Yeah.
I've got it on my overalls, I've got it on my slippers at home.
Oh.
Cut it out and then use it to stick on stuff with contact adhesive.
That's
Yeah, that's all.
excellent.
Got
All the panels.
got a
are
gallon
back
of
up
contact
there. That's
adhesive.
all red leather settee.
Oh, yeah, it's good, isn't it?
Yes, I think so, and I'm very taken with recycling sofas. Now, it's something I've never considered, but I'm certainly going to put it on my bucket list.
What's that? A sofa.
Recycling sofa
Oh, yeah,
leather.
yeah. I've got different. My sofa at home's got different cushions on it, where the other ones were knackered.
Yeah.
And my friend was chucking out 2 matching sofas, horrible 70s stuff,
Yeah.
but it had fantastic cushions on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd been redone at some point.
Yes.
And such good foam. I
Yeah.
kept it and I trimmed it and put it inside the covers that I got at home on mine.
Yeah.
Did a rebuild.
Yes.
Like some proper curtains for it,
It's better than interest-free sofas, isn't it? Where you've got like £20,000 sitting at the end of 5 years to pay off for the sofa and chairs that your parents.
Windows.
Yeah.
You can get the ones that have got the
blind.
colour. Yeah, it's got the blinds.
Yeah,
Oh
they're
wow.
like ambulance blinds. That's what they use in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's Breakers Yard over in Wokingham.
Yeah.
I've got about 3 or 4 ambulances in there, so I'm going over there next week and see if I can get the blinds out.
Oh,
Right. Yeah. see if they'll
excellent.
fit. Some of them are built into the runner, aren't they? That the windows in.
Yeah, with,
Yeah.
between the double
Actually-
glazing.
We took a couple out of my friend's caravan because across the front because it was leaking. I had the big window and 2
Yeah.
small windows,
Yeah.
and I kept the big window and the small